Your doctor tells you that you have fatty liver. Most people hear that diagnosis and think, okay, I need to take care of my liver. And that's true. But as a cardiologist, I want you to understand something important. Fatty liver is often much more than a liver problem. In many cases, it's one of the earliest warning signs that your metabolism is beginning to struggle. Let's start with what fatty liver actually is. Your liver normally contains a small amount of fat, but when too much fat accumulates inside liver cells, we call it fatty liver disease. Years ago, many people thought fatty liver was mainly caused by alcohol. Today, we know that's not true. Millions of people who rarely drink alcohol develop fatty liver. Why? Because fatty liver is strongly connected to metabolic health. When the body becomes resistant to insulin, it becomes less efficient at handling energy. The result is that more fat begins accumulating in places where it shouldn't. One of the first places this happens is the liver, and that's where the story becomes important for your heart. When I see fatty liver in a patient, I often find other metabolic problems nearby: high triglycerides, low HDL cholesterol, elevated blood sugar, high blood pressure, excess abdominal fat. These conditions rarely travel alone. In fact, they are all components of what we call metabolic syndrome. And metabolic syndrome dramatically increases the risk of heart attack, stroke, and cardiovascular disease. Think of fatty liver as a warning light on your car dashboard. The warning light itself isn't the engine problem, but it's telling you something important is happening underneath the hood. One of the biggest misconceptions about fatty liver is that it's harmless. Many people say, my liver enzymes are normal, so I'm fine. Not necessarily. Some people have significant liver fat despite normal liver blood tests. That's why imaging studies such as ultrasound often detect fatty liver before symptoms appear. And speaking of symptoms, many people have none. That's what makes fatty liver so dangerous. It can silently progress for years. Meanwhile, the same metabolic processes affecting the liver may also be damaging blood vessels throughout the body. Now let's talk about the good news. Fatty liver is one of the most reversible metabolic conditions we see. Research consistently shows that losing even 5% of body weight can reduce liver fat. Losing closer to 10% can produce even greater improvements. Regular exercise improves insulin sensitivity and helps the body use energy more efficiently. Reducing sugary drinks and highly processed foods can significantly decrease fat accumulation in the liver. Better sleep also plays a major role. Poor sleep disrupts hormones that regulate appetite, metabolism, and insulin sensitivity. And here's something I want every patient to remember. There is no magic supplement that fixes fatty liver. The most powerful treatment remains lifestyle change. Nutrition, physical activity, weight management, sleep, and long-term consistency. As a cardiologist, I don't see fatty liver as bad news. I see it as an opportunity. Because fatty liver often appears years before a heart attack or stroke, it gives us time to act. It gives us time to improve our metabolic health. And it gives us a chance to change the future before serious cardiovascular disease develops. So if you've been diagnosed with fatty liver, don't panic. But don't ignore it either. Listen to the message your body is sending. Your liver may be warning you long before your heart does.